Do you have an idea for a podcast that would be perfect on the Podpire Network? Head over to thepodpirenetwork.com/pitchapod today. That is thepodpirenetwork.com/pitch-a-pod. You could be our next great podcast host. The following podcast is a production of the Podpire Network. Find and listen to our podcasts at thepodpirenetwork.com or wherever you enjoy your podcast. The Podpire Network, a family of inspired podcasts.
I've worked so hard to get here. Now I'm just ready to burn it all. Burn it all down. Did you know that we started recording yet? Did
What?
you know?
No.
Did you know? Did you?
Okay, that's a great starting. That's a great starting. Me just being like, Mimi, don't do it. Don't do it.
I know. I'm just so ready to risk it all. Look,
it's been such a rough start to the year.
It's been such a rough start. I'm just
Fuck
ready
it
to
all.
tear it all down. Listen, brother, I am so glad that we're finally able to hit record on this one because it has been quite the journey to get here. This is our third or fourth try to get this episode recorded at this point across multiple days, I should say as well. So we're just thankful for little mercies at this point, but thank you for staying with me, Sibel, on this one. Technical issues aside, it's been great connecting with you. Maybe I was doing it on purpose. Maybe I orchestrated the entire thing to spend more time with you. How about that?
I would feel honored, and I'd be very okay with that. I'm very difficult to frustrate with things like this.
Damn it. Foiled again.
Foiled
again by your unshakable good nature.
No, there are things that will annoy me. If you start talking about astrology, good vibes, or just like complete breaks from like empirical knowledge,
dude,
and I will.
Dude, you don't like good vibes, dude? Your chakras are off,
God. Don't talk about my third eye, man. Don't talk about my third eye.
Your third eye really needs to wake right now, dude. I know. But listen, I'm so happy that we're finally here. It's been, again, quite the journey, but welcome one and all to Harebrained Schemes, the podcast where Sibel and I talk about the most ridiculous, ill-conceived schemes, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
Yes, we do.
And Sibel, I am so... I should say, cautiously optimistic about this episode and the subject of this episode because as we speak, he's in the middle of yet another harebrained scheme.
Really? What? No.
I kid you not. As we speak, today's subject, Adam Neumann, is in the middle of creating what he calls an elevated apartment living experience. It's essentially expensive apartment buildings with services bundled in. So like gym and all kinds of like wellness center and, all kinds of like, good feely, good vibey things incorporated.
So hotel
apartments. It's going to be good. It's going to be
called
good.
hotel apartments.
It's going to be good.
They exist.
It's going to be wonderful.
Did I ever tell you that when I was a broke undergrad student, I ended up living in the Ritz for 2 weeks?
Wait, what? How did that happen? What? How? The Ritz?
Okay, so, I went to a weird undergrad, right? So I went to the George Washington.
Was it the Ritz Motel?
No. It was
because it was the Ritz that we know.
No. It was the Ritz Carlton, Washington D.C. prime
hear
location.
The scam. How did you do it?
How did you? It wasn't a scam. I just happened.
The feds are listening.
I just happened to have some very kind friends, and here's what happened. I was staying
can you make an introduction happen? I like nice things. I would like to stay at the Ritz.
Okay, here's what happened. I'm staying for the summer to do an internship, as a research intern.
Right.
And the school,
school
dorms have this weird rule, which is that even if you're staying in the school dorms, unless you did some weird signing thing for 10 days, they demand, or for 2 weeks, you had to leave the dorms, which is really strange.
Oh.
So for 2 weeks.
So you just couldn't be bothered to sign, my friend?
They did a really poor job of communicating, truth be told.
Oh, I see.
So, okay. And you also weren't staying in the same dorm you were in or the one you were going to move into. So it was it was a very strange moving around situation. Again, because we were downtown DC, they would rent out all of the dorms to all of the interns that were coming in to work on Capitol Hill.
So it was a money-making thing. They probably botched the communication on purpose.
Maybe. It just, so.
Yeah. I'm always looking for the end.
Yeah. Fair enough. And so what happened is that I was like, oh no, there's 2 weeks or something where I don't have a place to stay.
Oh no.
So
oh no.
Someone's been on TikTok too much. And I reached out to my friend and I was like, hey, could I stay at your apartment or something if you're not around? Or is there so I reached out and he's like, my brother actually is shifting apartments, and to make his life easy, he decided to just have the rents overlap for a month. And so you could just stay at the apartment he's moving out of, which is right next to campus.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, thank you, man. That'd be awesome. If he doesn't mind. And he's like, yeah, no, that's fine. And I was like, so where is he staying? And he's like, oh, he's got a furnished apartment at the Ritz-Carlton, Washington, D.C., which is half of it is.
Have I ever told you that we're looking for sponsors on this podcast? Would you like to make something happen?
No. Here's what you need to hear. This is where it's so ridiculous, the contrast. So he's like, but he won't be able to let you in for 2 days. So for 2 nights, I slept on my friend's sofa in his dorm, a 2-seater, not a 3-seater. So,
okay. Wow.
I didn't fit entirely.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
Then I moved into a furnished Ritz apartment for 2 weeks.
And you just went wild.
No.
Right.
I still didn't have enough
just went
money.
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, bro. I still didn't have money for food. So the people
So you
at
were ordering McDonald's up to the Ritz?
Bro, I was so broke. I was living on cereal and peanut butter. And the people at the front desk were like, what is happening? So this they're like, I was walking past, going to the local pharmacy to buy cereal and peanut butter. And they're like, is this kid just living on apples, peanut butter, and cereal? And I was like, yeah. So I was totally broke, living in luxury. It was the strangest experience. And then I went back to living in a dorm. Yeah, it was.
Tell me something. Was it character forming for you? Is this why you're hell bent on creating a cult so you're never broke again? Is this it? Is this the origin story? You're like, I came so close. I came so close to wealth. I'm never going back.
No, I think. Oh man. No, it was funny. I've been around. I mean, I grew up in Dubai. I've been around.
Right.
I've been around wealth my entire life.
You've been around obscene wealth, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Wealth doesn't really interest me. Truth be told,
doesn't trigger you that much. Okay.
No,
all right.
Not really.
All right. No. I had a Lamborghini, shipped out to you. I will just tell them to bring that baby right back because you're not interested. You're not.
I really wouldn't be. I swear, I would have no interest in it.
The funny thing is I am interested in feats of engineering and stuff like that, but I honestly am not car crazy. I have quite a few friends who are car crazy, but I'm like, look, is it comfortable? Does it move? Do I get air conditioning and good mileage? If all the answers to all those things are yes, I'm good, baby. I don't need the Ferrari. I feel like I would be stressed out owning a car like that because I would be constantly worried about getting in an accident or getting robbed.
Yeah.
So So I would be stressed out. I'd be like, look, I'd rather just park my Ford Escape at the mall and know that nobody will take a second glance. But if I parked a Ferrari at the mall, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. So. I don't know. I mean, I am an engineer, but I actually hate loud cars. It's just like that.
Me too. I find it very obnoxious.
I find it incredibly obnoxious. I literally feel sad for people in loud cars. It's
I'm like,
what are you making up
compensating for?
Exactly. Like,
I'm like,
why do you need everyone to know that you're passing through with something expensive? Like, what has happened in your life?
What is going on
that
in your life?
You needed something that was a loudspeaker that just goes, "This is expensive."
Yeah.
And also, it's just, as an engineer, I'm just like, that sound means inefficiency. Like, that sound tells me inefficiency.
Exactly. That is like a lot of fuel inefficiency right there.
Yeah, so
you can't be getting much per gallon on these
and then
things,
finally at this point, like the fastest acceleration is a Tesla. So like I can't
which is completely silent, right? So
100%. My friend actually was kind enough to drive from DC up to Toronto.
You have all these friends, my friend, which you make sure there is no overlap. What do I gotta do?
If you'd come to undergrad with me, you would have known them all.
What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do to have these friends? I want friends too.
Yeah, it was super cool, man. The car drove itself on the highway. And then
what class was what
it was
model
the
was
S.
this?
It was the S.
It was the S.
And
nice. Beauty.
And it's just absolutely silent. And it was brilliant. I loved it.
Nice. Nice.
I think it's really telling that even combustion engine cars for the last 10 years on the higher end have been pumping artificial engine noise into the car interior.
I heard about that they have literally speakers installed to sort of simulate the sound of those very noisy cars. And I'm like, why? What is this obsession with noise?
So,
it's annoying.
It's annoying. I find it incredibly annoying. Initially, I think a little bit of it was that. So I think it was like Beamers and stuff that started doing that, which had because Beamers are amazingly engineered, but they just require a lot of maintenance, I believe. So it was that people would feel. I mean, it is unnerving to be in a car that is moving really fast and it's utterly silent. I personally dislike it a lot in the sense that, especially if there's a vibration, like you can tell that there's an engine in there. But you can't hear anything. I start feeling a bit, not motion sickness, but something akin to that. But yeah, and
you're like your brain. This does not compute.
It doesn't.
We're moving this fast. We should be having noise. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. So like people are used to that feedback, but a lot of it is just like at this point, it's just like to make people feel better. And then I was like, can you turn it off? And apparently you can't. Unless you were to like go get it modded and they would rip the speakers out. I don't know. I find the whole thing ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous.
I find it ridiculous. I hate Harleys. I hate how loud they are. I will one day buy a Harley and put a silencer on it.
You are not
and just drive around.
Fans on this episode.
I do not care. I do
because the entire Harley community now is gonna be all right. That's it. We give them a chance.
No,
they just overstepped.
Yeah, it's just they annoy me. It's like it's oh my god, Harleys. I one day will buy a Harley, put a silencer on it, and then just drive around giving death stares to other Harley owners. Just exactly. Just giving death stares to other Harley owners who are just like exactly. As I have blasphemed. Harley has just made an electric bike, and they added speakers onto it so that it sounds like a Harley, and it's so obnoxious.
Interesting. I would argue though that for, definitely not the deafening level of sound that comes out of these things, but some sound for safety, for safety on the road, especially if you're in something that has only two wheels. And so the